You are finally making time for your art, but everything you create looks awful to you. You can't even stand to look at it. Instead of feeling fulfilled, you're just frustrated. Nothing feels right, and you start thinking, I'm just not good enough. You go looking for answers and end up scrolling through TikTok and Instagram until the whole day is gone. You're trying to find the answer out there, but spoiler alert, the truth is everything you need is already inside you. In this video, I'll share 5 simple strategies to help you break out of that stuck place and reconnect with what really matters: your joy, your voice, and your way of making art. So here comes tip number 1. First of all, you know it. Put your phone away. Cool down. Breathe. The information overload kills your creativity. You think you have no ideas? Don't focus too much on those negative thoughts. Shift your attention to your pen, to the paper in front of you, and just start. Doodle, scribble, whatever. And this part is here very important. Don't judge what comes out. Just let it be. If you feel like you need a reference to get started, don't go looking for it online. Try to recall something visual that once moved you, a shape or color, an image. Pick one of those memories and turn it into an image on your paper. Just like that. No pressure, no expectations. Let go of the need for it to match your original idea. Your imagination is where it starts, not where it ends. Have a dialogue with your work. Let go of control and work with what emerges. Let yourself be surprised. Just watching tutorials can feel like being active, but the truth is you are still passive. Every time you scroll and see something new or interesting, your brain releases a little bit of dopamine. It's this chemical that activates our reward system. You feel good for a moment, even though you haven't actually created anything. And that quick reward is what makes scrolling so addictive, and getting back into real creativity work so difficult. The more you watch, the more your sense of what it means to be productive starts to shift. At some point, watching tutorials can feel almost the same as drawing, but it's not the same. And the longer you stay in that loop, the more resistance builds up when it's actually time to start. Let me just tell you this, you are like a sponge. At first you soak up everything, ideas, impression, knowledge, but the more you take in, the heavier, fuller, and less flexible you become. At some point, the sponge is so saturated, it simply can't absorb anything new. And that is the point when you need to change things. You have to release what you have collected. When you begin to use what's already within you, that's when your energy returns and knowledge turns into real creation. If you feel like you're standing in your own way right now and you are not quite sure how to get started, my little drawing guide might be just what you need to ease into it. You can download it easily via the link in the description. And on my Patreon page, I regularly share some small exercises, thoughts, and creative prompts to help you to stay connected to your own practice. So just feel free to check it out. Maybe it's exactly what you need right now to keep going. And here comes tip number 2. Using references doesn't make your art less original. You might think that using references means your art isn't truly yours. But the truth is, art history is built on references, on observation, on borrowing, reshaping, and evolving what already exists. But don't use references just to copy. Use them as a conversation partner, as a starting point from which your own visual language can grow. What inspires you? Look around you. Look out of the window. What do you see? Look at your desk, your hands, your shoes, your coffee cup. All of it can be a reference. Go sit in a cafe, go to a park, sketch without a plan. Visit a museum. Look at paintings or sculptures and draw them. Not to recreate them perfectly, but to enter into a dialogue with them. Tip number 3. Forget the myth of genius. There is this idea out there that genius is something you either have or you don't. But that's just not true. Maybe you think you are not talented enough. or that you just have to work harder to be good. But art doesn't come from pressure or talent only. Art takes time. It takes consistency and patience. It grows through repetition, through play, through failure, and doing it all over again. It's a path, a process. All the great artists we admire today, the ones we call genius, they walked this path too, just like you now. They had doubts, breaks, quiet years no one talks about. What sets them apart isn't just skill, it's endurance, dedication, and the willingness to begin again and again. So stay open, curious, and awake. Be honest with yourself and allow yourself not to know everything. You don't have to be great right away. If you can accept that growth takes time and that you are exactly where you need to be right now, that's when the real process begins. So stop comparing. Don't rush to judge your results, and celebrate the small wins, because they are the foundation of everything that's still to come. Tip number 4, use feedback as a chance, not as a threat. If you take criticism personally, you miss a chance to grow through your art. Never take feedback as an attack on you. See it as an invitation to look closer. It's not about your worth as a person, it's about your work. It's an opportunity to shift perspective, to discover something new, to explore other directions. Of course, some feedback hurts. Not necessarily because it's true, but because it hits a nerve. Because it touches something that feels uncertain in us. And yes, there are people who judge without understanding, who talk down instead of asking questions. I remember this local newspaper reporter once. He was supposed to write about one of my exhibitions. He didn't understand at all my work. So instead of engaging with it or asking questions, he just said in this dismissive tone, "You need an art degree for that?" A sentence like this that says nothing about my work but a lot about his attitude. When I hear things like, "I can do this too," or "Any child can do that," I just say, "Great, then go ahead, do it, try it, go for it." Picasso once said, "It took me 4 years to paint like Raphael, but a lifetime to paint like a child." He knew that technical skills was only one part of making art, and that it took him a whole lifetime to get back to the freedom and creativity he naturally had as a child. We are often taught that a good drawing is one that looks realistic, like something Raphael would have made. But something raw, expressive, or strange is often judged as wrong or not good enough. But why? Because it doesn't fit the norm, because it feels unfamiliar even to ourselves. But that's exactly the point. When you create, when it's truly your own, it will look different. Because you are not copying a standard, you are creating your own. You are shaping a new visual language, a unique voice that only you can bring into the world. And yes, that might look unusual at first, but that doesn't make it less valuable. It makes it yours. Tip number 5. If you don't enjoy the process, you are blocking yourself. Maybe you think real art only comes from struggle or pain, or only when I fight for it is worth something, or if it comes easily, it doesn't count. These ideas sound like truth, but they are learned, often picked up from school, society, or outdated cliches about what being an artist means. And the problem is, they block exactly what creativity actually needs: trust, playfulness, openness. Because here's the truth: something can come easily, it can feel joyful, it can flow, and that doesn't make it less valuable. Quite the opposite. Ease often shows up when you're deeply immersed, when experience and intuition begin to work together. Not every line has to be fought for. Sometimes the best thing you can do is allow instead of force. Maybe it's not about being good enough, maybe it's about being honest with yourself, awake, curious, and brave enough to keep going, even when you're full of doubt. When you begin to truly enjoy the process, when you allow yourself to stay open and trust yourself, something can grow, something unplanned, and that's what makes it alive. Because that's what the creative process really is. Not the quick result, not the perfect line, but the daily practice, the trying, the discarding, the wondering. And that process never ends. It shifts. It stays with you. It becomes part of your life. Making art isn't a destination you arrive at. It's a path you walk, learning with every line, every dog, every experience. So, keep going. In your own time, it's never too late. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin, again and again. And if you're feeling stuck right now and don't know how to begin, maybe this video here will help you. And see you soon.